I remember junior high school. I had a teacher. She was my science teacher. You know, she, she was mean. Her name is Miss Tillman. Miss Tillman used to tell us to shut up, because we be talking, you know. Well, we'll be quiet and everything. We'll do our work and all we got to do what we supposed to do like you do in the classroom. Okay. I'll never forget that day. Miss Tillman went in her drawer. She pulled out some duct tape. Miss Tillman went around the classroom and duct taped everybody's mouth closed. What did I go home for and tell my daddy? I told my daddy. My daddy turned that school out. You hear me? He turned it out. What did she do that for? My daddy took me out of that class. Well, actually out of that school. You know. Back then, some of them teachers did things they had no business doing. You know, that's not the first episode. I remember being in being in elementary school. I had a teacher. Her name was Sister Mary. I went to Catholic school. And Sister Mary did some things she had no business doing to the girls. I went home. I told my daddy. I said, Daddy, this lady touched what she had no business touching. He said, what you talking about, Booger? Point what she touched you at. And I touched. I pointed. He said, not my booger. So he went to the school, talked to the principal. Everything, that lady got fired. That lady got fired. And my daddy pressed charges. So, put me in another school. That was in kindergarten that happened. So, all said and done, I caught hell all my whole life. Whew. Down to when I was 11 years old. It's more hell. Stepmother's boyfriend. Ooh. Did what he had no business doing. I had a child when I was 11 years old. As I said, as soon as I turned 11 years old, all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose in that house. That's when social services done came in. That's when I started living in shelters. And it's not a good thing living in shelter. You know, I lived in shelters, group homes, mother baby programs, under the bridge. Especially when you live in a shelter, you have to leave out a certain time after you do your chores and all that stuff and whatever, you have to leave out. They didn't care if it was snow on the ground. They didn't care if it was raining. You had to leave until 12 o'clock and come back for lunch. I remember being out. I had my oldest son with me then. He was in a stroller. I used to take him to the park, and everything. And one day, I had to do something for my child. And when you get your check or whatever, food stamps or whatever you get, you have to give it to the people. So I gave the people the check and whatever. But I had to buy my baby some sneakers. Don't you know they put me out a cheap pair of sneakers? So me and my son went out. I went down the street. The train station was down there. I stayed in the train station for a while. But you know who took care of us? A street bum. Made sure my baby had milk and everything. And then at the same time, I'm calling I had no choice. I called my stepmother. Look, I'm in trouble. She came down to the train station with a pillow and a bucket to pee in. That was embarrassing. Just about everything she did to me was embarrassing. But all said and done, I'm still here. Peace out.